Hello, how's it going? This video is going to be probably not one of my better videos, as in, it's very personal to me. Today is currently September 11th, not September 11th, but September 10th, 2021. This day, 20 years ago, I was like a lot of people, not a care in the world, going on with their day, not really paying attention to world events. There was an innocence within that. 20 years ago on this day was the last day that innocence could have lived. Because after that day, something terrible happened on American soil. The unthinkable happened. Someone reached across the pond and touched us in a way that will forever change the way America was. But I want to highlight the memorial of 9/11. I don't want to talk about the importance. I don't want to talk about the programs, the laws that got enacted. Just the memorial. This video is for the victims, the survivors, the people that went into a building that got hit by planes to save people. This video is towards them. It's for them. 9/11 Memorial Museum is the country's principal institution concerning with exploring 9/11, documenting its impact, and examining the continuing significance, honoring those who were killed in 2011 and 1993 attacks is the heart of our mission. By the way, this website is 911memorial.org. Located in the World Trade Center in New York City, 9/11 Memorial Museum tells the story of 9/11 through the media narratives and collective monumentums and authentic artifacts, presenting the visitors with personal stories of loss, recovery, and hope. The 9/11 Memorial Museum is continued by providing ongoing resources for students, teachers, families, and the general public by providing a host of educational resources, including activities for the kids at home and the Anniversary of Schools webinar, and the variety of free public programs. The museum strives to foster a deeper understanding and the continuing impact of 9/11 and terrorism on America and the world at large. Connect each day, we remember the victims and the families and survivors dealing with the loss or recognizing the lasting consequences of 9/11 on individual lives. We actively engage in 9/11 members, survivors, rescue and recovery workers to offer services, educational moments of connection and healing. And of course, it has the support the nonprofit 9/11 Memorial Museum relies on generous support of the public and our donors for furthering their mission. Like I said, tomorrow is not just September 11th. Tomorrow is the 20th anniversary. 20 years has passed since that terrible day when a plane hit the World Trade Center and the news has their camera locked on a building on fire, a skyscraper on fire, not knowing what was happening, getting mixed reports. And the next thing we heard was there was a hijacker involved. And then the unthinkable happened again. I think that's when we knew it was intentional. And a second plane hit the other tower. From there, we got more information. It was definitely a terrorist attack. What they didn't complete in 1993, they completed in 2001 and more. Not only did they hijack two planes, they hijacked a third plane and they crashed it into the Pentagon. So not only did they targeted a symbol of America, the World Trade Center, the financial might of the United States, they also targeted the symbol of United States military might of the Pentagon. Then we heard a report of a fourth plane en route to somewhere, most likely the Pentagon. According to the reports I've read, the hijackers got control of the plane, and then the passengers and flight attendants took back control of the plane. And unfortunately, the plane crashed without really hitting anything, saving countless lives. I do not know for a fact if this was true or if it was something that the news was telling us so we could get a win that day. And it doesn't matter. I choose to believe it because we definitely needed a win. We were hit in our gut. But this video isn't about us getting hit in the gut. This video is about remembering those that lost their lives, those that sacrificed their lives to save others. It was a day that Americans stepped up to the plate and helped other Americans in need, not really knowing what was happening, but sacrificing themselves so others can live, so others can tell their story of survival, showing the world what America is really made of. Now, I do know that Bush was president. That's right, George Bush Jr. was president. I remember seeing the clip of them telling him that a plane hit the World Trade Center. He was actually reading a book to a class. I think he completed that book. And during that process, someone mentioned that we were under attack. And I think he continued reading. And I think that's probably what those kids needed to do at that time. I know it's debatable, but I think he did the right call. Not showing concern. And then once that was done, he got to business. And that's when we got more information. That's when he addressed the nation to let us know that this was a coordinated attack on a scale that we haven't seen on American soil probably since the Revolutionary War and probably the Civil War. We have never seen a attack like this, a magnitude like this. Even the 1993 bombing is very... I don't really want to dismiss it, but it wasn't an event that 9/11 happened. To a degree like this, 4 planes being hijacked, intending to destroy buildings, intending to cause harm on American soil. It rocked us to the core. A lot of people were confused at first. A lot of people had sorrow. That sorrow turned into anger, going through the periods of grief. I remember that day. I remember waking up watching the news. I remember when I joined the military, they were still talking about this because it was several months after the fact. I remember the National Guard being deployed in the airports. And then they slowly got switched over to the TSA. I remember all that. I also remember what airports were like prior to 9/11. I remember being able to walk to the gate with a ticket without being checked. I remember getting off of planes and having my family meet me at the gate. All that changed on September 11th. But I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to bring light to the people that sacrificed their life to save others. Those that put themselves last to get people out of 2 burning buildings. But unfortunately, those 2 planes were filled with gas. I don't know if you follow the conspiracy theories. I think they're full of it. I think those buildings crumbled on their own weight after being heated. I don't think people realize the type of fuel that's being used in jet planes. I do believe the heat from the flames made the top floors weak, which caused a cascading effect of bringing down the towers, injuring more people, killing more people, causing more people to be saved. I was not at ground zero. I was here in Texas. I was in a small town of Texas. So I don't really truly appreciate the effect of two buildings imploding in an uncontrolled manner. I would have to talk to someone that was on the ground to really understand the depth, the confusion. And there's people today that have lived through that and probably haven't healed. This video is for them. You're not forgotten. So the only thing I want from people to do tomorrow is think about those people. Think about the heroes. Think about the people that didn't survive. Think about the people on the airplane. Think about the first responders who are no longer with us because they chose to go into a building that was on fire. They chose to go into a building that they didn't know that was going to collapse. Think about the people that are on ground zero. They're not first responders that helped, that stepped up to show what America was truly about, that helped our fellow Americans in the most dire time of need. That is the America I joined the Army for. That's the America I went to Iraq for. And that's the America I continue to fight for to this day through our videos. It's so we can still be the land of the free and the brave. God bless America. And have mercy on the souls of our enemies that try to take that away from us. Let their deaths not be in vain. Let's remember them collectively. Remember the sacrifices of the first responders. Tomorrow's just not another day. Tomorrow's just not another Saturday. It's not another day that people get off. Tomorrow is the 20th anniversary of the worst tragedy of our lifetime on American soil. I want you to think about that. As you go, wake up tomorrow. Get some of that American pride. Because at the end of the day, terrorists don't care if you're a Democrat. Doesn't care if you're a Republican. Doesn't care if you're an independent, libertarian, Green Party, communist, socialist, capitalist. Whether you're vax or unvax, terrorists don't care. They just want to bring down America. We cannot let the terrorists win. That means you go outside, you see someone, you wave at them and tell them, remember the fallen. We're Americans. Remember the fallen and we're Americans. And tell them to remember 9/11.